Willie can't take them any far. Ribery shouldn't be starting. Is this the end of Bayern's domination? Bayern Munich. They're in a state of crisis. Real crisis. So they sacked Carlo Ancelotti. Justifiably so, who knows? Hertha Berlin, 2-0 up, 2-2. Robben says that Ancelotti's training sessions are less intense than the training sessions done with his young child. Ribery and Robben, remember they got dropped during that game. Why did they get dropped? Ribery, cruciate ligament injury inside his knee. We're looking at maybe 4, 5, 6 months. Remember, he ain't getting any younger. The guy's in his mid-30s. It's not looking good for them. And you say that Willie can't take them any far. Okay, so Willie is just a temporary fix. So the question is this, and you've got to pose this question, you've got to put it out there. Is this the end of Bayern's domination of Bundesliga? In life, there are cycles. That's how life works. There are always cycles of things. Things rise and things fall. Empires rise, empires fall. That's just how life works. And you look specifically at Bayern Munich, and remember, we rewind a few months ago, and we said to ourselves that, where's the big transfer? Because the key core guys of Bayern Munich, Ribery, Robben, they're getting old. I always support Robben. He's getting old. Ribery, he's past it. I keep saying this. Ribery is past it. He's no longer an elite player. But Simpson wasn't replaced. One of the best, I would be the best right back of all time. He wasn't replaced. Xabi Alonso, was he really replaced? No, he wasn't. The issue of Lewandowski. In all his time at Bayern Munich, he's never replicated the kind of performances and the way that he looked when he was playing for Dortmund. So that's another issue there. So you look at Bayern Munich and they say that, you have to keep refreshing. And if you're going to tell me that James Rodriguez was your big marquee signing, I'll laugh in your face. Because James Rodriguez, I'll keep saying this, James Rodriguez has not been relevant since 2014. He's looked pretty good this season, but again, it's not been relevant since 2014. So Bayern Munich went through a summer where they needed a huge signing, and they didn't make a huge signing. Coupled with the fact that they bring in a guy called Tolisso, who looks average. I'll be real with you, he looks completely average. And he let go of Douglas Costa, a guy who I think is an excellent player. Why? Renato Sanchez was never really given a true chance. Let go. Why? So again, I ask the question. Is this the end of Bayern's domination? Because I look at the game against Hertha Berlin. Let's look past Ancelotti. Let's just say that, okay, Ancelotti was the issue. He was the problem. There was a picture released where you saw the Bayern players, a first training session after Ancelotti, and they looked very happy. Very happy. Respect. I looked at Hertha Berlin game. Albeit I tuned in when it went into... No, I tuned in at 2-1, just after it went into 2-1. And looking at Bayern, and I still saw the same issues under Ancelotti. There is no chemistry in this team. You're looking at a bunch of very talented individuals playing, and it's like, what the hell is happening? And you have to look again at Muller. Should Muller really be starting? When did Muller give you a really good performance? When did he give a really good performance? Robben, again, I told you, he's my guy. Should he really be starting? Ribery shouldn't be starting. Can Thiago still hold down that midfield? He's a very skillful player. Can he still hold down that midfield? Boateng, Hummels, you always know what you're going to get for them. But I think as good as Boateng and Hummels are and as dependable as they are still mixed into what I think is a psychological problem in the locker room. The players, 5 or 6 of them, they Mutiny, they got Ancelotti out, the training methods were not working. And now, because you're in this rut right now, you don't know how to get yourself out of it. So, looking forward, I don't know what the fix is. Because if you're going to bring in a manager, if let's say I was advising Rummenigge or Ole Gunnar, I would say that if you're going to get Ancelotti to go, you've got to bring in a wholly different dude. And I think I go to the point that Robben was making about criticizing Ancelotti's training sessions. Because remember what we all said, that Ancelotti was the complete opposite of Guardiola, where Guardiola is a micromanager and walks you like 6 dogs. Ancelotti is more laissez-faire, gives you a blueprint and allows the players to express themselves. Perhaps these Bayern players, used to 3 years of micromanagement, we're not really feeling the whole, man, we should probably be doing a bit more in training, because we're used to doing a lot in training under Guardiola, and we're not just used to this whole laying back and just chilling during training sessions. So if you're going to get a manager, you've got to get somebody similar to Guardiola. You've got to get like a Mourinho. You've got to get a Simeone, a true tactician who is going to really berate the players. But even if you get that player, I look at the roster, Muller, he's just not good anymore. Ribery shouldn't be starting. He's injured now. Robben, okay, maybe, but he's getting old. Tolisso ain't that great. Coman, he's young, but he's still rusty. Lewandowski is still Lewandowski, but because the team around him isn't really popping off, you're not really going to get the best out of him. Because as good as Lewandowski was, he needed the Dortmund foundation and the players around him to really be the best that he could be. So for Bayern, they've got to make a move quick, because the longer they just leave Willy being a temporary manager, the more these issues will arise. Where you may win a game 1-0, but I see more draws happening because people will smell blood. And the thing about the Bundesliga and the teams in the Bundesliga, especially watching Hertha Berlin, they play quick, they play fast, they play direct, and if they're feeling that Bayern are not up for the fight, they're going to come at them. They're going to come at them hard for 90 minutes. Because in the Bundesliga teams, they know how to run and they know how to counter very, very quickly and very efficiently. It's a counter-attacking league whereas the Premier League is fast, I don't think the Premier League has the kind of technical execution tactically that the Bundesliga has. So a team that looks very slow, very sluggish, that mentally are not in there. There are issues mentally. The worst thing is to play a team who are mentally up there, are up for the fight, are quick, are fast, are going to come after you, are going to press you. That's the worst thing. So, is Tuchel the answer? I would have said yes, but I'm not in the dressing room, because tactics and strategy is one thing. Another important thing is you go into that locker room and you've got to talk. It's nothing to do with football whatsoever. It's about psychology. It's about communication. It's about, okay, where are your heads at? What went wrong with Ancelotti? How do I get the best out of you? How do I get your mind and your mentality to be in? So Bayern Munich are a number 1 club, and we need to get the best out of it, because if you did not, Dortmund couldn't run away with this thing. But the question definitely has to be asked, because Bayern don't look good at all, and they look, because this reminds me of Chelsea a few years ago under Mourinho during the Mutiny. And if you don't act quick and get into that locker room, this could spiral out of control to a point where you can't reverse it back.